guys went to the negative first, like because what is that like the way
I
you
could
guys?
appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't go to the negative. I asked you an example. You didn't want to give it to me.
You guys said that and agree, which is crazy to me, that most relationships are about men. I just want to know on what planet, because it's not this one.
That's why I say relationships shouldn't be hard, because you're already finding a suitor that is already on your program. You're not trying to change her. You wouldn't get with a woman like that to try to change her.
The people who are winning are the good women that you don't see. And you know why you don't see them? Because they too busy being put up and taken care of by a man that loves them and is willing to lay down his life for them.
It's disheartening hearing this conversation for myself. There used to be a time where women were edified by the way they presented their man and their children.
Thank you.
Now we're at a place where it's about me, me, me. And like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You know, the whole goal was to be, and excuse my language, was to be married, right? As a bride, you have someone who is called a groom. And his job is to groom you to be the woman that he needs. Ultimately, our goal is always going to be to pedestalize you. So the more you do what I want you to do, the more I give you what you want from me. That was the yin and the yang. Now we're at a place where all women are talking about is what the fuck they want, how they want to be treated, what they need to keep, what they need to hold on to. This shit is really sad.
Mr. Detroit, did you hear any of us say that? We was talking about healthy
Yes.
and
Yes.
unhealthy.
This is what I'm hearing. Everyone, if you're talking to, so if you're saying that you want to be in a partnership with someone
Mhm.
and still have an identity, it's antithetical.
So
If
you
I'm
believe
bringing
that
my
a woman should
experiences,
not have an identity?
if I'm bringing my experience in life, you're bringing your experience in life, and we're meshing the two. We're no longer individuals. It's antithetical to be individuals inside of a relationship or a marriage.
Agree.
It don't make sense to me, but that could just be me.
It's not.
But I'm gonna digress.
So
No,
one
I
of the I
agree.
keep
But the examples that I used that was unhealthy is like, no longer like for me, I'm a bubbly person. I smile, I laugh, I greet people, like everybody know that aura about me. So for me to become a shadow of that and no longer have that anymore because of the type of relation I was, and that's why I like that. I'm trying to say your name. What's your name? Becky? No, it's not Becky.
Bo, Jay, melanin.
Right. Like you were saying, the fact that, it's a healthy way and it's an unhealthy way to lose yourself. And I think that's what we were trying to say. If you got a man that balance you and that's, healthy for you, then you won't have to worry about losing yourself. But if you have someone that is trying to uh dictate, control, and take away and not give, then you can lose a part of yourself. So that's what we were speaking on. I totally agree with you. I think that you should conform. I totally believe in a head, a leader, and I'm following your leadership. So I do understand that, but there's a healthy and unhealthy way of going about it. And I think that's what we were trying to say.
Yes,
so
but you guys went to the negative first, like because what is that like the way
I
you
could
guys?
appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't go to the negative. I asked you an example. You didn't want to give it to me.
I'm sorry, Detroit. What did you say?
he said thank you. That was all.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
said thank you.
I said what he said. I just used different language. You just took it how you took it, but I said what he said.
So one we talk about what you have to sacrifice in a relationship. It's crazy that again, the only things you talked about sacrificing were negative things. And the reason why they're negative, you talked about things as if you having to give up having fun in a negative way, or you said you were a shadow yourself. And you guys, that's what you guys focused on because apparently you don't think that you get anything that's worth those sacrifices. Because if you spend money on something and you get your money's worth, you don't complain about the price. So typically, these relationships seem not to be worth the prices you guys are paying. And it's wild that I think if a woman has to give up too many things to get in a relationship, she's either a piece of shit human, or the guy that she's getting with is the piece of the guy that she's getting with has very, very high standards for her that she just probably doesn't have for herself. Either way, you shouldn't be having to give up your identity to be with anybody. If so, the things that men want women to give up is texting other niggas, fucking other niggas. They're being completely independent, doing whatever they want to do, dressing how they dress, because now you represent somebody else. And unfortunately, most women, I guess, aren't getting in relationships with men that are worth these things. You guys said that and agree, which is crazy to me, that most relationships are about men. I just want to know on what fucking planet, because it's not this one. There's no argument that can be made and supported or substantiated that will show that relationships in America are centered around men. Men are the ones doing the majority of the lifting in every relationship that is healthy, let alone the bad ones. You guys don't have women in mass doing what it takes to cater to a man because you guys don't have any fear of loss. There's nothing that you guys lose other than your time. Because if you got to talk about marriage, we don't have to talk about what happens in the end of marriage. Y'all are incentivized to fuck up that contract by every state in the country. So you guys are getting with these men that y'all don't want to sacrifice anything for. Are y'all at least acknowledging what men have to sacrifice in order to make you his woman? He has to sacrifice his time, his resources, his autonomy. And unfortunately, like all of y'all said, y'all wouldn't lay down your lives for a relationship. A man in a relationship is expected to lay down his life for his woman. So now that you guys said that you wouldn't do it, I want men watching this to understand that it might be time for some of y'all to stop saying y'all willing to die behind somebody who don't really give a fuck about you.
I wanted to respond to a lot of shit, but Trev can go real quick.
Yeah, it's not gonna be long. So let's just say right now, because I'm not saying all your points are valid for sure, but I'm just trying to I think some people might be not understanding the other side of it, right? And I think I dig it a little bit. It may sound unreasonable at face value, but if you really tap into it, because all that ridiculous superficial shit, forget about that. But like, let's say you're in the pursuit of a woman right now, right? Mm-hmm. How many adjustments do you think that she'll have to make? I want to know if she would be a lot closer to what it is that you already want. Like, I know you mentioned dressing and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Would you get with a woman who dresses scantily, or would you already say, look, I'm getting a woman who already dresses conservatively or already is doing the things that I want to do? No, already conducts herself in a certain way that would never embarrass you? Or do you think you're going to have to, you wouldn't find any of that?
I wouldn't get with a woman that was still for sale. So a woman that I'm like, if I was single, there's no way that I would be out here. I wouldn't even attach myself long term to a woman who was still presenting herself as if she was for sale, or for since y'all don't want to like the word for sale because y'all don't sell pussy directly for money, that was available for procurement. I wouldn't deal with a woman like that because, again, at the end of the day, she represents me. Like, that's so. And women don't think long term when it comes to relationships. They think about how they feel right fucking now. They worry about what I got to give up now, but not what they get in the end. I think about the end, the long term, like 10 years from now. I'm a senator or the president of America. I can't have my woman out here with her ass on the internet. Like, I can't deal with a woman who was out here sucking dick for money. Like, there are a lot of things that I consider when it comes to dealing with a woman.
I mean, Nancy Reagan was the first lady.
We're almost there. We're almost there, but we're almost there. So then the question is, what is the likelihood of a woman that you pursue being able to say that she is a shell of herself or has made many sacrifices
it's in order to be with you? Because she wouldn't complain about it. She could have 10 things in her life and have to give up 8 of them. She's not going to complain because the 8 things she gets in return eclipse the bullshit that she had to left. No.
That's not the point I'm making. So what I'm saying is that I'm trying not to load this shit to you. Pause. But what I'm getting from what you're saying is that a woman would already be very close to what it is that you want and would not possibly have to make a bunch of sacrifices that could potentially make her feel like a shell of herself. Am I accurate with that or no?
Yeah, because she would have to, before I even considered her for long-term commitment, I would know that she was those things.
Right. Got it. So what I'm saying is it still boils down to my initial point where it's like compatibility. That's why I say relationships shouldn't be hard, because you're already finding a suitor that is already on your program. You're not trying to change her. You wouldn't get with a woman like that to try to change her. You know what I'm saying? And of course, different dudes on different levels are going to have different standards. So more people, certain dudes would tolerate more things. It is what it is. But all I'm saying is, I don't think that there's any scenario where a woman should feel like she's a shell of herself. She should be able to act accordingly already, right? And if she's not selected over a long period of time, then she should be able to figure out for herself that she probably needs to make some damn adjustments, because nobody wants your ass. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, she should never really feel like a shell of herself. She shouldn't have to compromise too much.
I'll give you that, because it's easy to say. A man is going to have to figure out what he can demand from a woman, and the world shows us that. The problem is the world is not telling women like what they should be able to command from a man, because the world tells women that their value only goes up. So the woman who is 350 pounds, 5 kids, short, unemployed, bad credit, disrespectful, and just otherwise insufferable, she thinks she deserves one of those top 1% niggas just because she has a pussy. She doesn't.
Well, that's stupid.
Hadn't done any of the work. So we can't sit here and expect, these women to be realistic about anything. But what I do appreciate is just the way that karma works. What I'm noticing is that the overall insufferable women are not winning in the end. The hoes are not winning in the end. The people who are winning are the good women that you don't see. And you know why you don't see them? Because they're too busy being put up and taken care of by a man that loves them and is willing to lay down his life for them. Everybody else with these talking points that can't identify where they suck in relationships, or can't answer simple questions about, well, what are your deal breakers? Those bitches are always ending up old, alone, and overfucked with a small dog, like a teacup chihuahua or some shit. Like, those are the women that are having these types of conversations. So all you got to do is just look for those 4 signs and leave them bitches alone. Like, it's not hard for us to discern like which one of these women that were like, what type of woman you're dealing with. If you got a chick that's mad because now she can't, she can't go to the club with her whole friends whenever she wants to because she's in a relationship, let that bitch go with her, be with her whole friends and find another one. It's not hard. Like, if a woman values who she was more before you than who she is with you, she's trash for you, sir. Kick her outside and let that hoe stargaze.
All right, go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, go ahead, Bo.
I wasn't really trying to interrupt y'all. I just wanted to add that in that Nancy Reagan was the first lady and she was the mouth of DC. So I'm just saying, sometimes you can be a hoe and be a first lady.